So today we're looking at the Hiscox classical guitar case. This is one of the smaller cases for my small scale classical guitar, and I just picked it up. And it's kind of like a travel case. It's really well insulated and flight worthy and whatnot. So this is the case, and I'll open it up in a second, but let's just take a look at what model it is. So it's a Hiscox case. There's a whole bunch of dudes standing on it. And as it says, it has a great structural integrity. This is the Hiscox Liteflite artist case. Let's take a look at some of these specs. So it's a thick outer shell. This is one of their top end cases. So it's a little bit more protection, as it says there, 4 times compared to the standard range. So let's take a look at the outside of the case and then the inside as well. There's the label. Liteflite artist. Really nice buckles. That's for the shoulder strap there. This buckle locks. Nice handle. Leather handle. Nice strong latches, that won't break. There's the other shoulder strap. Here's the back of the case. Really great inside of the case. I really love these padded strips. It elevates the guitar slightly off the bottom so that if there were a puncture or something, your guitar would not be, pushed against directly. So there's it adds a few millimeters at least of elevation from the bottom of the case. Nice thick padding. Same thing on the top. There's a nice big pad here, which just brings the guitar out a little bit from the top of the case. Keeps it secure and snug, but not pressed right against the case, which is nice. Same thing here. The standard models don't have that extra padding. There's the shoulder strap. Nice secure shoulder strap. Look at that carabiner. So that would attach there, and there. Nice rim here. I don't know how waterproof it is. I don't want to test that out specifically, but it looks pretty darn waterproof. Fits nicely. And then it's pretty tight. Nice and snug. That's one of the great things about these cases. They come in different sizes. So if you end up buying one, just make sure you get the right size. They offer great measurements on their website. So make sure to measure your guitar very carefully and double check what size you need. That's the most important thing, is getting it the right size. But with this small scale guitar that I have, it's so great that this fits perfectly. So there you go, that's the Hiscox case. Great things about it are that it's so secure. I would feel comfortable checking this at the airport if need be. So it's really secure and very strong. Lots of padding for the instrument. I think it's a great travel case. The downside to it is that the outside is maybe not that styling. There's lots of slick cases like the Visinette cases and whatnot. This is not one of the slicker cases. It's a little bit on the bulky side. And it's just not that slick, right? But that said, it's not that expensive either. This is a great travel case. Doesn't break the bank. And that's why they're so popular. And there's various different price ranges. This is the top end one, but it's not that pricey. So that's a huge advantage for anyone looking to buy a case. And actually, when I'm around town, I actually just use like a soft polyfoam case like this one, which is pretty strong. So when I'm running around town, I use this one just because I'm not worried about damaging the instrument. But otherwise, for any kind of dangerous situations, I would definitely use this Hiscox case. It's not that heavy. It comes in just a little bit over 10 pounds when I weighed it. So it's not light, but it's not outrageously heavy. And of course, it's a travel case, so you want it to be strong. That's the main thing for the case. So I'll also do a little review of this polyfoam case as well. But for now, that's just a quick look at the Hiscox artist case.